One of the candidates for city council who unseated an incumbent based largely on the issue of utilities was Shirley Johnson. The incumbent, Margaret Rimmer, did almost no campaigning, which added to Mrs. Johnson's chances for election. But Mrs. Rimmer's strong stands for utilities sealed her fate.
Let's talk about utilities. You know, the big bill you pay each month. Margaret Rimmer has been on the city council for 6 years. In those 6 long years, she's voted for the utility company's rate hike every time but one.
Only one no vote in 6 years?
Shirley Johnson wants to change that. She'll check utility figures and be sure the taxpayer's voice is heard. On the other hand...
One time in 6 years?
That's right. And that's why this example of Mrs. Rimmer's voting record was gladly paid for by the Shirley Johnson for City Council campaign.
Lone Star Gas was singled out during the campaign by candidates as the primary target for criticism. We talked to the head of the gas company's Fort Worth division, Ben Thompson, about the criticism and the utilities rates. Is it just inevitable that costs are going to increase no matter who is sitting in the city council chamber?
Well, I would say, Tom, that our costs are certainly going to increase regardless of who is in the city council, because the things that affect our costs are not governed by this regulatory body here, the city council. For example, when the Railroad Commission sets our gate rate at a certain price with an add-on for increased gas costs, that means that my cost of gas for serving the city of Fort Worth continues to increase regardless of what the City of Fort Worth Council does.
Well, does that mean that the city council, no matter who sits in the council chambers, will simply not be able to control gas costs, that it's a false issue, a paper tiger?
No, I don't think it's a paper tiger as such, because the city council has the sole power to regulate utility rates in the city. All right. Now, we do have appellate procedures that we can follow. So, if in fact a utility is pinched down to the point to where they cannot realize enough revenue to take care of their reasonable expenses, to buy their product with, and then to return at least a portion of it to the investors, then these utilities will be forced to appellate action in order to get...
So what you're saying then, you're saying that a city council, no matter who is in that council chamber, simply cannot go past a certain point in controlling utility costs. That's it. That's life.
Well, that's true. I think with anything. Tom, let me just show you briefly what kind of a bind that we are really in. Over the past 4 years, Tom, our purchase price of gas has steadily gone up. In fact, it's increased 5 times, while our retail price that we've been allowed to charge has only gone up 3 times, and that, in effect, has reduced the spread between our cost of gas and the amount we are allowed to charge for gas. And this narrows your spread and eliminates or reduces the amount of money that you have to operate your business with.
How does the average citizen of Fort Worth know that the InSearch Corporation, which is your parent company, or for that matter Lone Star Gas, how do they know that you are not getting to them, that you are not overcharging? How do they know that you're not presenting the city staff with one set of books while you work from another set of books?
Well, the utility business, and especially the gas utility business, is a highly regulated business. In fact, we're regulated by 3 different regulatory bodies: the Federal Power Commission, the Texas Railroad Commission, and the city councils in the cities that we serve. The city of Fort Worth is very fortunate in that we have some people on the city staff who are highly competent in all utility rate-making procedures. And I think that even if our customers do not have confidence in the integrity of Lone Star Gas Company, certainly they should have confidence in the integrity of their people that are representing them at the City Hall. And we have some staff people over there who are highly competent. We would hope that the people would have enough confidence in us to know that we're not trying to rip off the
Well, you know they
public.
don't.
Yes, I know that there's some do not.
Do you think that Lone Star Gas is going to be treated fairly by Hugh Parmer, by Shirley Johnson, by Jeff Davis, and the rest of the council members who campaigned in effect against utilities? Do you think you're going to get a fair hearing before them when you have to come up with another rate increase request?
Yes, I think we will. These people are honorable people. They have been elected by the people of Fort Worth, and to my knowledge, these people that you have named have not said that they were definitely not going to vote for a utility rate increase. They have said, in fact, that they're going to look very closely at requests for utility rate increases, and I think they should. I think that they should exert every means at their command to analyze the request for utility rate.
Well, now, even with the old council, I saw you in that city council chamber storm out because you felt you'd been treated unfairly by the old council when you came before them for some sort of rate increase request. Really now, I can't imagine you're feeling as secure or even more secure with this new council that made utilities the primary election issue than you did with the old council that was considered old guard.
Well, I won't say at this point that I will never lose my temper in dealing with the new council. I did with dealing with the old council because this is a more or less natural thing. In other words, I feel so strongly in what I'm trying to do that it sometimes gets under my skin whenever I feel like somebody does something that is not well-founded. I feel like that there are several of the council members that I can talk to and that will listen to me. I think the new mayor will listen. I know that he ran a strong race on utility plank in his platform, but I still feel like that he will give us a fair hearing. And I think he'll be tough, yes. But if he will accept reasoning and rely to some degree on the very competent staff that he has available to him in the city hall, I think that we can come to an understanding and do a good job of regulating rates.